All right, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans, welcome back to the Front Row Fanatics. We're continuing our review of Ultimate Wrestling's Out of Control that took place last Saturday, June 5th, 2010, American Legion Post 33 in Pensacola, Florida. And with that being said, Internet, rock on, Big Daddy.
All right, up next we had a triple threat match for the Ultimate Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship. Your champion, of course, being the Evolution Robin Golfin. The other two participants were the high-flying Jet Angel, which ever since being stationed, where is it, in Jacksonville?
Right.
Making sporadic appearances, but good to see him back, seeing the high-flying stylings of Jet Angel.
Absolutely.
And the Suicidal Soldier, Tommy Hill, who has excited the crowds here for the past few months.
Absolutely.
I love watching these kind of matches. They're really hard to review because there's so much going on. I'm going to cut to the end. The ending saw a double German suplex in which all three opponents were pinned. And they called the match. They said in an event like that, the champion retains the belt.
Well, I'll be honest, I was drinking lots of beer. I was hanging out with Joe Gibson's good-looking mom and his sister, and Cameron Frost's good-looking woman there, and we were all having a good time partying. I didn't see much of that match, so what the hell can I say, man? But woo-woo, I was drinking beer, and hey, you know.
Okay. Well, I watched the match beginning to end. Very good match, as always. Robin Golfin showing why he is the Ultimate Wrestling Cruiserweight Champ. He is so versatile, extremely fast. Jet Angel, as always, was phenomenal, and Suicidal Soldier Tommy Hill, gravity defying.
Three talented guys, you know, that I like watching in action. I'm sorry, this particular time I wasn't paying much attention. What can I say? Those things happen. But, you know, all three of those guys are first-class individuals. Always give you your money's worth in the ring, so, you know. And
I suggest if you have an opportunity to see any one of those guys around, you know, the Gulf Coast, do what you can to check them out. You will not be sorry. Coming up next was the main event, and this was Colby Godwin's final match here on the Gulf Coast before leaving for Ring of Honor. He handpicked his opponent, and he picked none other than Pure Doug Pitt, who he says could be the next big thing on the Gulf Coast. This match was old school, very scientific, a lot of ground wrestling, chain wrestling, and you know, it was kind of surreal watching this match, knowing that this would be the last time we'd see Colby on the Gulf Coast for some time at least.
Absolutely.
And believe it or not, the winner of the match was Pure Doug Pitt.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there was a group of people chanting, "That was bullshit. That was bullshit." I was one of those people, okay? Producer Alexandra Page was one of them too. She's waving the hand back there. Big Nick, he's waving a hand back there. Nothing against Pure Doug Pitt.
No.
But in my personal estimation, you know, I can understand putting over Brian Cage and Milton versus BTY, but in the final match, Doug Pitt is already established as a tag team wrestler. You know, his credentials are not in question. I personally thought BTY should have got put over and won the match. It was a good match, scientific wrestling, ground and pound. You know, some people might not like it. I enjoyed it, but I will have to say for Ultimate Wrestling, the finish sucked ass. That's my personal opinion. Doesn't mean that I didn't like the show. Doesn't mean I don't like Ultimate Wrestling, but that finish was bullshit. That's all I got to say.
Well, after the match, Doug Pitt expressed how much he respected Colby Godwin. You could tell Doug Pitt, it really affected him that Colby Godwin picked him to have his last match with. And then Colby Godwin addressed the crowd, and basically he capitalized on something that Percy Pringle told him, that it's not really goodbye, it's see you later.
Right.
And the crowd very enthusiastically chanting BTY pretty much the whole time.
Right.
And I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. You know, God bless Colby Godwin, you know. I mean, he took the time to thank everybody.
Absolutely.
From all the boys in the back to all the fans. He even gave a shout out to the Front Row Fanatics and to Calvin. And like I said, we wish him nothing but the best on his journey. You know, safe trip, good life. You know, I would say good luck, but you don't need it, man. I told you a long time ago, you're the real deal, the genuine article.
And as someone who's watched Colby mature and develop over the last 6 years, and we talked about this in bonus footage that you'll see later on, that, you know, he's improved physically, mentally, mic skills, ring skills. He has developed over the last 5 or 6 years into a tremendous athlete, a talented wrestler, and I'm glad to see him take the step to the next level. I wish him nothing but the best of luck in Ring of Honor in Philadelphia. I'm proud to say that I've watched him over the last couple years. I'm proud to say I call him my friend, and I'm proud to say, young gorilla, be the king of the jungle, baby. Be the bull of the woods. Be the man. The Gulf Coast fans down here believe in you, man. I believe in you. I wish you nothing but the best.
Do we need to take a break? Okay, well, let's go ahead and rate. What are we doing? Match of the night? Rate the show? What do you want to do?
Whatever you want. You're the brains of the operation. I'm just the beer swilling buffoon.
Well,
so.
let's do match of the night. Go ahead.
Oh, shit. You're going to make me be first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Now I'm going to have to think about this for a brief second.
We need the Jeopardy theme music playing.
I'm going to give match of the night to Death Row and Carlos D'Angelo.
That was my pick, too. What about runner-up?
Runner-up, I'm going to give to, let me think again. I'm drinking cheap Mexican beer and it's affecting my thought process, fans. What can I say?
He's off his game tonight.
Yes, I am. I'm off my game. What can I say? I'm going to give runner-up to BTY and Doug Pitt, even though I didn't like the finish. Good match. There you go.
I'm going to have to give it to them as well, just for the fact that, you know, I kind of got on the Colby train a little late, you know. I mean, the first time I saw him was when you talked me into going to CSW, so I'll give them runner-up too. What do you rate the show?
Well, you didn't give me match of the night. Who's your match of the night?
Carlos and Death Row.
Okay, so we agree on match of the night and runner-up. All right, what did I give the show? I'm going to give this show a 7.
Okay.
Okay, and not for lack of effort from the wrestlers, but there were several things in the match, or excuse me, in the show that I didn't like. I didn't like the finish in the main event with BTY. I didn't like the finish with the tag team match between Joe Gibson and the Shooter versus Black Wolf and damn it. Who was his tag team partner? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
Who?
Black Wolf's tag team partner against
Johnny Rebel.
Johnny Rebel, okay. Sorry. Johnny Rebel with the double axe handle laying Joe Gibson out. Sorry, didn't buy it, didn't like it. You know, other than that, good quality show as usual for Ultimate. Food's good, management's good, security's good, everything's good, but you know, two finishes.
What wasn't the night for finishes?
Yeah, it was not the night for finishes for me, so I give him a 7, and that's just, you know.
I'm going to give him a 7.6, and the other thing I wanted to say, were we in Milton, Florida, the crowd sucked.
Yes, they did.
They sucked, and you know what? We ragged Milton for so long for sucking. The past 3 shows in Milton has gotten better and better and better. The last show we were there, I was like, holy shit, Pensacola's got to, you know, pick their game up. This show, the crowd sucked something awful. I was just disappointed in the crowd. I'm going to give it a 7.6. Like I said, and by no means a bad show. Just a couple of the finishes I wasn't happy with. I kind of wished Ultimate Wrestling would have did a little something more for Colby. You know, he's such a big part of the Gulf Coast wrestling scene.
Right. Well, with that being said, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.